Alrighty, I want to talk about GameStop real quick. As always, GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Bed Bath and Beyond, Nokia, all the memes that exploded together are all the same stock, basically. GameStop is like the Bitcoin of meme stocks, right? As if you guys haven't figured that out yet, I don't know what to tell you. It's when it goes, everything goes. They're all grouped together. It's the computers acting together. It's always been like this. This is not something new. What is new though is GameStop itself. It's amazing, right? Literally GameStop, the amazingness of what it did, something that no other stock has ever done in history. No event has caused this much insanity in the world, and this is proving, as I suspected, right here. This is proving that this is not just a one-off story where this happened and it's going to go all the way back down to 10, which eventually it will. I do think that it's guaranteed to go below 17.08 before the MOAS, before the real move, that where it could go to like a straight line above 1,000. I do think it will go below that in years to come. But it can definitely go high. It's going to break all-time highs before it goes back down there. So it's not nothing too crazy. But what this is proving right here is that this is more than just a one-off. It's a story. It's a story that will be written. It's a story that is going to prove the boomers wrong. It's going to shock all the old people. It's going to change the world in the stock market forever. Not just GameStop, all the meme stocks, but GameStop is the Bitcoin of everything. So GameStop will get all the notoriety. This is showing life where it needed to show life for this to be the wave in which I see the wave. This is a multi-year. Okay, you see the SmackD on the yearly? Okay. This is set up to be a multi-year move where I do think 35 definitely gets hit. And I do think all-time highs will get hit, broken as well. It's a story. It's a wave being written in real time. It's going to happen. The apes, you guys don't deserve the money. You don't deserve it, but you deserve it. You deserve it for all the wrong reasons. That you're holding it. You don't actually know what you're doing or what you're saying, but you're holding it and you will profit from it. That does have some value to it. So you do deserve it in the sense that you're holding it no matter what, despite what everyone else says. So technically you do deserve it. Like if you hold and it goes, like you deserve it. But there's a lot of conspiracies and nonsense being talked about and things like that. And it's just, guys, you need to stop. You need to stop everything that you're saying and doing. It really isn't what's going on with the stock market. It's not as big as you think it is. It's not as serious as what you think it is. The stock is moving the way it should move. Simple. Very, very simple. Okay? So as we expected in November, we said that it could close here. It did. And we're looking for a Q1 activation. And we said this in November. Okay? It's doing exactly what it should be doing for a very strong move going into this year. I think it's going to break here. It's going to break 250. This is a stabilizer wave for a future move to the upside. It stabilizes the momentum up, allows it to drop while maintaining momentum up. This is a volatility move, stabilizing down, allows it to go up. So there's still a lot of crisscross momentum, asynchronous moves, waves in GameStop, which makes it not just rip. It's not healthy yet, but what the setup is saying right now is it will break 250 this year. I personally want it to break 380, not all-time highs. If it does that, it sets up for an early 2023 break of all-time highs. I think that it's going to break this. I want to see this touch, and then we're going to get a very violent correction in the stock market. If this is rallying near the top of the stock market, the month before I see about where the top of the stock market's going to be, I would expect it to rally out and then end up at the yellow line. This was a huge algorithmic print in 2020. I don't see why it should not be. It already spiked into it on that NFT news. We just spiked into it again. And generally when this setup is like this, spikes in, fails, spikes into it, fails, spikes into it, fails very shortly and briefly, and then goes through it. I don't know the exact time frame of it, but that's what you'd want to see. It could retest this next week or the following week. Could even retest that, which would be the top of this. It's going to go. Okay, it's doing exactly what it needs to do to maintain its up momentum and its up wave. So it did it exactly when it needs to do it, as well as all the other memes. And you notice how Bed Bath & Beyond is reversing on all these stocks, and the BlackBerry filled its gap. There's a lot going on that shows that it is exactly what it looks like. So I expect to see this break. I want to see 384 get hit, which is really good because people who have been holding forever, if this breaks and touches this, they're not going to sell. If you've been holding this forever, you're not selling at 384. You're getting that all-time highs. You're waiting for it. And what better way to screw you to get real close to all-time highs and then roll over? You're not selling it here. You're not going to sell it here. You're not going to sell it here. You ain't going to sell it here either. So you'd watch it go all the way up and all the way back down, like everyone has already, right? But what this does is, if it does this pattern, it sets up for a monstrous 2023 early on, before the actual recession. And that will break all-time highs. Somewhere between 500 and 1,000 is my target. And I think it's going to make a move like this. If I had to guess, I think it's going to make a move like Lucid did, where it only breaks out when on a huge gap down. This was actually my alarm, 17.8, was it? No, it's like 17.1. Where it gapped down into my alarm and made it open red, and this was my support, and I said this is probably going to go straight up, and literally beelined it straight up. I see something like that happening. This what it does is it coils out the momentum to the downside, and it can't go any lower, so you end up getting the release of not only the reactive move of the drop, but the momentum from the previous wave. And that's exactly how GameStop is setting up, right? Momentum of the previous wave, and then it does its little dance this year, and then it does that coiled out move. So I am not going to bet big on GameStop or the memes later on the year into that, but we're in GameStop derivatives and stocks that move with it going into this year. That's the play I'm playing at. Break this. I really want to see it touch this. This was an algo trigger in a wave in here. Fails here, fails here, fails here, fails here. So what you'd probably see is a violent gap up above this when it finally breaks out between 220 and 250. And you'd want to see that violent gap up really go probably the same day, if not the same week, to go up to here where it tops out. And that's it. Goes up to there, comes back down to the yellow line for the year. And sets up for a really, really strong early 2023, but not before it makes that violent drop. This move here, very, very specific. This kickback will rear its head again. This should not have happened. If this was as healthy as it was, this should not have happened, this kickback. This will rear its head again. This is pricing, like I said, stabilizes up, lets it drop, stabilizes down, lets it go up. You don't have to go back down to this price, but the momentum of it, you're going to see another drop somewhere in the future. And I think it happens the way I said it, simply because everything is set up for this. If you look at the yearly here, okay, it would be very hard, in my opinion, for this yearly candle to go and explode higher. The waves are not set up for it, even AMC, okay? This is set up to go into the following year. Like I could see this breaking. So here it went green and failed. Here I could see it going green and exploding higher. This year, probably hitting the 57 target, going green and then resting with the market correction. This is how waves sometimes behave. It's like they're like structured moves, and this is the one possibility of a structured move. And this is just how I see how everything is setting up. So explodes up, cracks it, takes a rest. It's already broken. So it's going to go up. It just needs to take a rest. And what better way to take a rest than to close out a green doji here, right around 27 on AMC. Get a nice fat upper wick, closes green. It creates a coiled move going into this year. It's very hard to get a big candle like this and then another big candle. This is the up move, this is the consolidation, and then this is the continuation wave, which I think will fail. I think AMC will go over 100, GameStop through all-time highs, but I think it fails. But that's not what you're worried about. You're worried about how high it can go and when it can go. Do you guys remember this move right here? This insanely violent move that I had that one day? 23 to 30. It was a very, very violent move. MACD cross, very specific. And where did that go? 29. What's at 29? The open for the year is 27.5. Well, would you look at that? So it ends up stabilizing right at the yearly open price, because it doesn't have to be exact. It's just in this area, right? It stabilizes violently on high volume right at the area of the yearly open price. So it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of things that I see. I just can't, name all of it and make a 2-hour long video. But this is the patterns that I see. Hold on to it. Don't let go. If you sold here, you got jebaited. Simple as that. Should not have been selling this. And to boot, Jim Cramer, your lovely friend, literally was making fun of people at the open, right before the open of this day, because he felt so confident to literally make fun of everybody. He is a really good extreme contrarian indicator, I've noticed. It was like the week before the COVID crash of March 9th, he was literally saying his oscillators are the most oversold he's ever seen. This is the time to buy. And then we rolled over the following week. He's really good in consistent trends, but when you have these big black swan events of extreme volatility, the boomers are not good. And Jim Cramer is literally the poster child for it. That when the boomers don't understand like big volatile waves, they end up behaving like that. You see things like that. You get Bill Ackman crying at the bottom of COVID type of stuff. And so he was like literally actively making fun of people, really toxic. Like most of the time he's joking around because people give him shit on the internet, but like he was blatantly trying to really make people feel like shit. I thought that was really toxic. I usually defend him because he's just old and he has so many years of experience, so he can hold his weight, but he was really toxic there. I didn't really appreciate that. And lo and behold, was literally the bottom. Lo and behold, this was a huge coiling bottom pattern. And lo and behold, it was the bottom, straight up. So not only was the technicals there, but the psychology was there as well. So many people were making fun of the memes. They were putting it down, saying they'll never come back. They lost all their money. Idiots, stupid. And they were making fun of you guys for literally like 2 months, right? That's the type of psychology you see towards the bottom. And it was just fueling what I saw in technical wise. So all in all, don't sell. We possibly could see more volatility in the next month or two, depending on how everything plays out. I think that the volatility will be suppressed. We're not going to get the same volatility we just had in January, February. It's just about the pattern and how it all plays out. Is it, do we just go like sideways up? Do we like spike out and then take a sharp drop? Like it is what it is. The zigzags are very difficult to trade. It's about holding on to what you have. If you go back down to here, like these are really good buying opportunities there into the 9 weekly. The quarterly here bounced off the 9 quarterly, closing green. This is insane. Green, doji, red, close green. We really want to see a green print here. That is very bullish. It's not, you don't have to have it, but it's really, really good if this can close on Thursday green. We got the monthly. We wanted to see it bounce back above the middle monthly Bollinger. For the end of the month, it did exactly that. Super toxic overextension, right? One sine wave down the doji, the kickback and up. This is one sine wave. It's perfect into support. I would love to see it because there's a negative bias to it, all this down momentum, what you want to see is the reactive kickback and then the resettling on it. So it's kind of like on unhealthy footing. So you spike off, you come back, you gain healthy footing, and then you make the real move, the real violent move. And that should be after the correction in the middle of the year. Violent correction, everyone freaks the F out because it's going to be a violent 20% market correction, not like we've seen. And everyone's like, oh no, this might be it. Oh no, and it's not. It won't be. I would expect it to crash into support. That makes it extremely good support. And then the only other place for it to go, if that's the support, is all-time highs. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Hold on to it, guys. Buy more if you can get lower. 122 going into the next option candle. If this stays here for this option candle, you'd get a hammer candle. It would go below it, and then it'd get bought back up. Just hold. That's it. Do what you've been doing. It's coming. It's a coming. It's a coming. If you don't want to sell here, well, then you might have to eat some shit going into the end of the year, but you'll get it. You'll get the move. And if anybody still thinks that GameStop is going to go to like 5,000 on this rally here, on this go, or AMC to like 10,000, you guys need to stop it. You guys need to stop it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Just stop. Just stop. Just because you have $1,000, you need for it to go to like 10,000, 100,000 just to make $1 million. Like, just stop. It's not gonna. Just give it up. Just give it up. You're gonna be working for the rest of your life. Well, we're trying to make you not work for the rest of your life here. That's why I'm literally making these videos. So, giving you some patterns here to follow. Again, a gap up above the 220 to 250 area above this. How will you know if it's a clean break? You'll know. How will you know? You'll know. And then you're looking for a move to at least 384. Could it hit all-time highs this year? It could, but I would be literally selling into that as hard as I could because it's not going to hit it and go through it. It's going to hit it and it's going to be an algo trigger to get rejected. So don't be stupid. And that's that. Just want to make another video on it, a bit shorter, more to the point. All right, guys, good luck out there. Have fun. You're about to make money. Don't be so toxic on the internet, guys. This is the time to like now throw your shit in other people's faces because everyone was making fun of you so much. Don't go so bad. You know, don't make fun of their mothers and, you know, don't wish cancer on people, please. Like, come on, guys. Let's be human beings in all of this. All right. We're all just trying to do the same thing. All right. In this times of humanitarian crisis, let's be humans. All right. And make money. All righty, guys. Have a good one. Peace, peace, peace.